Hi, I'm Beth with TV Properties Buys Land. Last week we discussed how long you might expect for your property to sit on the market before it finally sells. We discussed that increased interest rates as well as the bank failures making it more difficult for people to get a loan might affect the number of people who can actually purchase your property and how long it might take for you to find the right buyer who can purchase your property. Now, a couple other things I wanted to discuss today was what could delay the sale of your property. Perhaps you've had your property on the market, maybe it's fallen through, maybe you found the right person right away, who knows how long it's taken, but your property is now under contract. Is there anything that can delay the sale of the property so it doesn't close in what you expect to be 4, 5, 6 weeks or so? Okay, so the first thing that could delay the sale of your property would be if there are any title issues. Okay, so if this was inherited property, if the deed was never legally transferred to your name, there could be some title issues that need to be resolved. That is something that you would probably have to pay for as the seller. Okay, if there are a number of heirs, then everybody who has a right to the property has to sign off on the sale. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. But title issues, a cloud in the chain of title can delay the sale of your property. It may actually hold it up altogether. It just depends on how big of an issue the title is. Okay, another thing that can delay the sale of a property is not having an up-to-date survey. Okay, so if you don't have a recent survey on the property, the title company may require that you purchase, go and procure a survey before it can close. Maybe there's some boundary issues that they have to clear up. Maybe it's just been so long since there's a survey that in order to have title insurance, they're requiring a survey. Okay, so please keep in mind that there are not a whole lot of surveyors out there. I mean, there are, but they are, they're very well needed, and they may be booked for 4, 5, 6 weeks or even longer. Okay, so that might delay the sale of property. So check on your property. When was the last time it was surveyed? Check with the title company right away and find before you even list it. Find out, if that's going to work, or if you need to go ahead and get that on order. Be aware of what the cost is going to be. That could be several $1,000s depending on how long it's been since your property was surveyed, and even how well the records were kept over time when your property was subdivided over time. Okay, so another thing that could delay the sale of your property is if your buyer needs a loan. Perhaps when they submitted a contract to you, they sent a pre-qualification letter. Pre-qualification letter is great, but it doesn't mean that their loan is approved. So the bank may need to send their appraiser out there. And just like surveyors, there's not as many appraisers out there as well. Maybe some time before they can get an appraiser out to your area, just depending on your particular area. And if the property fails to appraise for the loan value, that can be a setback. Perhaps you have to renegotiate the price in order for them to be able to purchase your property. Okay, perhaps even though they were pre-qualified, perhaps something changes, in their life. I know with COVID, and I know with the current economic situation, people lose their jobs or something happens in their family and they have to pull out of the transaction. Okay, so that's another thing that could slow down or just terminate your contract altogether. So those are a few things to be aware of when it comes to selling your property, how long it might take. Be aware of those things. Make sure you have a backup offer in place. If you want to sell your property quickly, if you don't want it to sell on the market forever, if you don't want to worry about loans and transactions falling through, feel free to reach out to us here at TV Properties Buys Land. We pay in cash so that you don't have to worry about bank appraisers and bank approvals and that sort of thing. We always close the title company for safety. We pay and we pay that title company in cash so that you don't have to worry about a check bouncing, that sort of thing. It's a safety situation, which is why we always close through title. But reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have, and we're here to help you close quickly and get cash in your hands quickly. Thanks again.